Hey, back with No Frills Hi-Fi. Today I've got another thing from FX Audio. This is the, I'm going to read this off so I don't get this one wrong. So this is the FX Audio DAC X6 Mark II, or MK2, you'll see it written as. So this is a Bluetooth DAC. If you're not familiar with DAC, it stands for digital to analog converter. So basically you get that digital music, and it sometimes it can kind of sound a little flat, not really realistic. So you want to turn it into something analog that's going to sound more realistic, more open, better sound stage, that kind of thing. This one's really cool because it does Bluetooth, but you can also hardwire to it. It does come with a USB cable, USB-A to USB-B, which is kind of neat. It looks like they just throw one in with the packaging from another brand they're probably affiliated with in some way, which is kind of cool that, you know, they include all the stuff you need. It's also got this headphone adapter, so if you don't have a 1/4-inch headphone, you can use that. And we got the instructions and warranty card, 1-year warranty. And of course your power supply here. And that is 100 to 240 volts AC to 50-60 hertz, 12 volts DC at 1 amp. And you've got your little Bluetooth antenna. I'll show you where that goes in a minute. Let's go ahead and pull this out. So these do come in either black or silver. This one is the silver model. I don't remember if I mentioned already, but there's $79 plus tax on their site. I'll put a link to everything in the comments. So here it is. Like I said, it comes in black and silver. I really like the look of the silver, especially because it's probably going to go sit next to my turntable, which is also silver because it's a vintage turntable. I will say I do prefer the black in a lot of these because the writing is white. If you look on their website, you can kind of see both of them. The writing, when you're right up to it, it's not hard to see, but if you're any distance away, that's going to be kind of hard to read. I do like how the black casing kind of pops with that writing, but let's be honest, once you've used it a few times, you don't really need any of that anyway. The front of it, so we'll just kind of start at one end. So you've got your volume dial here. You can press to mute it. Okay, so it just goes on forever. There's no start or finish there. Here you've got your indicator LEDs. They're labeled. Let me read the label here. 192 hertz, 192K, 176.4K, 96K, 88.2K. So these are just all the formats. There's 6 different formats there. For the digital music, so it'll indicate which one you're playing. And also, when I was looking up online, it looks like when you turn the dial for volume, that also will change. And you've got your 1/4-inch headphone jack. Over here, you've got power button, and it's also a selector. So if you press and hold it, a nice crisp button. If you press and hold it for 2 seconds, it's going to turn it on or it's going to turn it off. If you just press it momentarily, it's going to go through all the different modes, which are mute, Bluetooth, USB, optical, and COA, so coax. So that brings me to the back of the device. So here we've got the power input. Here we've got our left and right RCA plugs. We've got coax in. We've got our little optical port right there and USB. So you have a lot of versatility with this thing. And on the end is that Bluetooth antenna that I was talking about earlier. That just kind of screws right in. And get a lot of versatility with how you can use this thing, which is really super cool. You could plug this into your computer with the USB. You can plug this into RCA, so like I'm going to do, you could put this in an existing hi-fi system. I definitely much prefer to play analog. I prefer records, but vinyl isn't always the best thing to use. You know, if you're in a party and you got all your friends over and you're kind of mingling and all that, you don't have to keep flipping records over. It's nice to just kind of have some background music played through a DAC. That's still going to sound good, but it's not going to take the legwork that it takes with a turntable. But it's also neat that, you know, I can use this with my computer if I was a gamer. I could use this to just listen to music from my computer. I could watch movies with it. It's got a lot of potential here, I think. In my case, I'm going to hook this up through, like I said, my regular system. So it's going to go in with, you know, a preamp and then two mono amplifiers. So a lot of different use here. One thing I want to say, the casing on this, you know, it looks really good. I mean, the fit and finish is really good. Everything is nice and tight. There's no like sharp corners that haven't been, you know, milled correctly or anything like that. It looks really good. It is lighter than what I would have thought, but you know, if you look at a DAC, there's not really a whole lot to these. So I wouldn't expect it to weigh a ton. It doesn't feel plasticky or anything. It may be just a little tinny, I guess, because it's, you know, I use that for sound and for metal qualities. But, you know, it is a thin aluminum casing that's brushed. It looks really nice. It isn't like a solid... You know, it doesn't feel like a solid. It feels hollow, which is fine. It's not hollow, or it's not solid. It is hollow. But, you know, sometimes you get these and they just feel like you're holding a brick. This isn't like that, but it doesn't feel cheap either. It's kind of somewhere right in the middle. It's a $79 DAC. I think it's very good for its money if it sounds good. But so far, I'm impressed with it. It looks very well made. My only real complaint with it is the writing is a bit hard to read. I don't know if you noticed when I was reading it earlier, I kind of had to turn it away from the lights because the reflection of the light makes it very difficult to read that white writing on the silver. But yeah, like I said, once you get it set up and you play with it a few times, you don't really need that anyway. So I don't think that's a big problem for me. I do like the silver quite a bit, and the more I look at it, I'd probably go back with silver. So I wouldn't let that stand in my way. But I'll do a review of this here pretty soon, where I'll actually listen to it, let you kind of see how I hook it up and all that. But yeah, catch me on the next video. I appreciate it. Don't forget to like and subscribe so we can do more of this. We'll catch you later.